Solius. They've been around since 2013. We're going to do a really cool, unique partnership, and they actually just hit 500 installs a month, which is a pretty big deal in this industry. That puts them in like the top 5, maybe, but at least top 10 residential solar companies in the country, which is a pretty big deal. So we're going to go ahead and launch like all the recruiting for all their markets, and we're gonna just they asked me to come by really quickly because all the managers flew out, and I'm gonna just hang with them for an hour and just get some FaceTime with them and just kind of go over our process just quickly. Good, man.
Everybody keeps asking, well, can we have Ryan do this and this and this? It's like, what, you want to do it for the entire company? More or less. Kind of. We can replicate his process, but in terms of him actually doing it, I don't know if that makes sense. So.
Cool. So this is Don. Don, why don't you tell the camera what you do?
Hey, name's Don Tarwater. I'm the Vice President of Sales Operations. I've been with Solius for a couple of weeks here, but my job is to make a dealer's life easy.
Sweet. Simply said, baby.
Like that?
What's the name? Like, what's up, man?
What up, dude? Good to see you.
How are you?
Just how are you? I like the Clark Kent Superman glasses. Yes.
My partner, Mr. Ryan Holman. So everybody pretty much knows Ryan, or most of you know Ryan, right?
Yep.
Yeah? No, really excited about that, because this guy right here is probably, in my mind, the best recruiter in the business. And several of you who've worked with him in the past would attest to that. And what Ryan has developed over, I would say, probably the last 5 to 10 years, in recruiting is absolutely amazing. And every time I meet with him, he gets better. He sharpens his saw, he sharpens his skills, and perfects his craft on what it is that he's doing. So many of you know he's been developing Sales Recruiting University, and that's been of high demand. So all the skill set and the things that he's learned as part of that, he's able to bring back to Solius. And I think that the major benefit is not only will he be recruiting dealers, GMs, and things like that, he will also be building you guys and helping you guys build your teams and crews and so on. So we're excited about that.
We have an hour, so we're going to go through kind of just like a kind of brief overview of what recruiting process is going to be like. Dude, this is super cool. I haven't seen you guys in forever. We're going to freaking kill it. So that's step 8. So on the candidate application page, they're going to fill that out at the beginning. That's nice because you're going to have that as a physical document to look back to if they're coming back for their final face-to-face interview. And then at step 8, you're going to have them flip it over, go through the questions, and then that second quarter of the final face-to-face interview is what we want to do, guys, and we'll be done here in a second, is ask questions based around these core values, okay? So we understand our core values are minimums. So it'd be like, hey Benji, obviously in sales, work ethic is super important. Like, give me a story or something in your past. It doesn't have to necessarily be, work or anything. Maybe it was sports or something, where you just kind of like outworked everybody. And then they'll come up with a story. Make sure you don't waste time with anybody that doesn't have these minimum things, okay? Because then you're gonna go through and you're gonna get excited. Maybe they seem awesome, and then they're gonna start on Monday, and then you get to Monday and you're like, oh my gosh, they don't even have a freaking car. Like, that was time wasted, right? So we want to make sure that we're not wasting time with those people that don't have those minimums. Smartphone, car, and they want to work full time, right? So make sure that you're thinking about those. And then we ask those questions around our core values. And then when we ask those questions around our core values, everybody's gonna have something to say. And then what we're gonna do from there in the final face-to-face interview is actually get a reference. And then honestly, people hate doing this because they want, like I said, to make it not confrontational, the hiring process and commission-based sales. But if I come up with a story that I did XYZ at this company where I made, in 2017, I made, I 1099, 112,000, like, those things that are based around these topics of work ethic. Maybe it's, if they made 6 figures, then they're probably a decent worker, right? Or if they come up with a story that shows that they outworked everybody in the team or the group or whatever, then that's a good sign. But what we want to do is actually verify that information. So after your final face-to-face interview, if you come to an agreement with somebody and they're like, okay, I'm ready to come on board, it's like, and I'm so freaking excited. You're gonna absolutely kill it. And I'm gonna get you out of here in a second. Obviously, you understand that, you know, by now going through this whole process that values and culture are super important to us, right? And the reason our values and our culture is so good is because we're able to maintain, you know, a standard within our company. And I'm sure you would agree that you want to be held accountable, right? Like you want to be successful, right? Would you agree that accountability is involved in that? And they'll always say yes. Okay, cool. Well, I just want you to know right now, like I'm literally going to sign this agreement and you're going to get a copy of it. I'm fully committed to making sure that this is the best opportunity that we could possibly provide for you, right? And then what I want you to do as well is I want you to make a commitment to the minimum requirements that we have, which is stuff that we've already talked about, verifying that information and setting really clear expectations at the beginning. Then you add the structure on top of that. It's just this cookie cutter process, and your retention rates are going to go to like 25 to 50%.